Doesn't it make sense that we, as a apex predator at the top of the food chain, that we eat everything and we make products that we probably shouldn't be able to have, like foie gras, pate, like there's processes that they put some of these animals through, atropine and overfeeding and all kind of things to make them like tender and shit, that it goes to follow, and it makes sense that we wouldn't be able to detect whatever it is that preys on us, because they do more of that type of shit than they do of just, like, I'll say, harvesting. They don't want to cut all this up into different types of meat. You know what I mean? They want to produce cortisol, stress hormone. They want to produce adrenochrome, that's like adrenaline, fear in the blood or something. Like, they need to make a process undergone, and they can't harvest it unless we willingly provide it. So that's why it employs an illusion that you, if you're not, if you're, until, it's like if you're working with the Hannibal Directive, then it's like, fuck helping you see the clear perspective. You get an illusion, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you're being prepared. Your organs are being prepared to produce some hormones or something that to you would say, this is awful, this is terrible. Like, who would forego any of this circumstances that I find myself in? I hate this. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. Okay, they will, and I would say they're tall white aliens, but they're not all bad. And it's not the same thing as white people. It's tall white aliens. They basically are having an election. They're electing a new leader, but they have to find someone who produces quality emotions. So they enacted the circumstances for us to produce emotion en masse, en masse. It's like mass ritual. You know, like all the witches are into quantum mechanics, which kind of unites the quantum physicist with those new age science people. So they even have an idea, but they're still being, those are still not being able to produce the quality emotions that will make them the leader. Like, so basically all emotions are good, whether they're good or bad. It doesn't have, like, just make them because you want them to be made, so then you can say that these are not all the same. Some of these are obviously quality more than some of these are not quality, right? And the lower quality ones, they'll feed you back to the beast that you claim to be against it. So whatever you're claiming to fight against is what you'll be given over to if your Hannibal Directive is clouding your perspective, so you can't relate. Like the bees, if they dance the wrong dance, and there's no pollen where the bee said there was going to be in the dance, the bees all sting the other bee in the colony. But humans are the ones that came up with this sacrificing the few for the many, because they can't even say for certain that they will perform as expected when you say that you're going to sacrifice a few for the many. Like, there's some circumstances that are just so abhorrent that you would shudder, then you would not do what's required to sacrifice the few for the many. So why even talk about it? I mean, so why even put it out there? Like, this is politicizing something, a scenario that's like, you're supposed to try to avoid it. So, like, you're not supposed to feel say confident that your insurance policy is going to cover the, let's say, if like something should happen to, like, let's say a crib, like, this example, right? The kid pops his head through the things in the crib, so like the crib, you get his head stuck. So let's say there's a hidden danger in there, but you can afford insurance policy, so you have nothing to worry about. Like, why should you get any perspective, clarity on what's important? Fuck you. Leave you hanging. Don't waste energy going back and forth debating somebody who doesn't argue good faith. That's lame. Of course, they're going to be like, why won't you debate? There are going to be people that's going to say you're lame. Kind of similar to, like, but that's what they're trying. Okay, so that's like in the political sphere, one might just be enough to say that the other side doesn't want to face me, because all your minions will just agree and they'll just agree. Oh yeah, he don't want to face us. And then it's like what Shapiro did with Candace and the fucking what's that shit? Fucking not Media Mat. What is it called? There was some kind of news program or something that they were working together on or something, but like they do like shady shit to where it casts a dispersion that you're afraid to face. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're doing shady shit behind the scenes that you don't see. So it's like, that's why you need all these like dummies to put pressure. It's like they're the ones that can be like, you got to appease us, or but thing is, they're not quality. How do you just have to see through it? So with the Hannibal directive, you can't see through shit. It's just like there's no separation of philosophy with ethics and epistemology. I can't even say this word. Epistemology. So people hate that. You're mean. People hate epistemology. You got to debate me. Even if it's lame, you have to debate me. Even if I made so many subjects taboo that you can't talk about this and you can't talk about that and you got to stay within all these guidelines, but you have to debate me. You just has to, or you're a coward. I'm gonna pretend like I can't see the games people play when somebody says, we want to have a debate and you're running, and then okay, I'll plan 3 debates. We'd have 2 standing, 1 sitting. You know what I mean? 1 muted mic, 1 without muted mics, 1 this and 1 that, and now you're not even gonna have 1. So before Trump was afraid to face Kamala and have 1 debate, he pitches 3 debates. The networks accept it. She rejects them. She changes the rules of the 1 debate that they were going to have before, and now you're not even going to have 1. Okay? So tell me that there's not some cosmological entity, cosmic alien that's above humans that only wants to siphon off some of our hormone that stress chemical aggravates.